This is the week of the BoomBox Classic, in which you got Southern Jaguars versus Jackson State Tigers. And we already know, if you don't know by now, these two teams played each other for the first time back in 1928, where Southern beat Jackson 98-0. Now, they didn't play each other again until 1958, when Jackson State joined the SWAC football conference. And they played each other continuously every year thereafter. But one thing to keep in mind, they played each other twice in 2 years, in which Southern beat them both times. And that was for the SWAC championship crown. Now, Jackson State has won many SWAC East Division championships over the years, and they're looking to win their 8th one. Southern has beaten Jackson State the past 8 times that they've played one another. I'm trying to figure out, will Jackson State get that 8th SWAC East Division crown in this game, or will Southern go ahead and tack on the 9th loss to the 9th, handed Jackson State their 9th loss in 9 times that they played, in the last 9 times that they played one another? Y'all know y'all favorite coach is tapped into this thing. He about to go ahead and jump right on in this bad boy right now. It's your favorite coach back at it again. 10 toes down, about to tell you how it all went down. This is Tomorrow Leader Sports Network with your host, Coach Walker. If you're new to the channel, please like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell to get all upcoming videos. For all my leaders out there, welcome back. Y'all know the drill. Y'all know the routine. If you haven't done so already, hit that notification bell, like, comment, and share these videos. Also, tap in a friend or two and her mama too. Tell her to come on in. It's nothing but a positive vibe over here. We're just having a good time talking about HBCU sports. And guess what? Y'all can follow us on social media. The links are listed down below in the description. Also, if you haven't seen it by now, we got the membership set up as well on the channel. So if you want to tap into that, go right on ahead. We got multiple tiers there for you as well as we got something for our young men and women that will need help with getting their recruitment done for them to get their college scholarships. So check that out as well. And guys, we're going to go ahead and jump on into this video right now and talk about this Southern versus Jackson State BoomBox Classic game that's going to take place this weekend. We understand that the teams are different from the spring, and Southern doesn't have Coach Odom. You're absolutely correct, because as we've seen in the games previously, that mental edge that Southern had when Coach Odom was there, especially with the discipline, it has been a little topsy-turvy. It's been upside down a little bit here and there. It hasn't been the same as usual. But you know what? Both of these teams are definitely coming into this game with a sour taste in their mouth. And I'm going to tell you why. Southern's coming to this game with a sour taste in their mouth because they lost to FAMU last week. That was killing any possible opportunity for Southern to have to possibly play in the SWAC playoffs. Now, Jackson State is coming into this game with a sour taste in their mouth because of all of the chaos and bull jive that's been going on for the past couple of weeks, with all these fake stories about people trying to come get Coach Prime to leave Jackson State and go coach at their college or university. I mean, I get it, understand, when you have a coach that brings that type of cachet with his name and with his presence, yeah, everybody's going to be clamoring to get him because they know what he has to offer. And in that instance, there's a few times there where you had people just want to throw just jive out there to see who was going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe. There was many people that did, thinking like, oh, he's gone. Well, guys, guess what? I believe Coach Prime's going to be around for a little while. I honestly believe that. I'm not, like I said in a previous video, I don't believe he's going to be a lifer, but I do believe he's going to be there for a little while. So, hey, just let the chips fall where they may, and understand the fact that he's come too far and he started too many things, and for him to just drop right now and say, hey, you know what? I don't want to be bothered with it no more. This here's a better option for me. Let me go with that. I don't think he's I don't believe he's the type of person that would do something like that. There's a lot of coaches out here that would, but I don't think he's one that would do that, especially with how he speaks about the man above and all of the great things that he's done for him. So we're going to go ahead and get back into the sour taste in the folks' mouth. But the other sour taste that's in Jackson State's mouth is the fact of how they got handled during that spring game when they played Southern last time. Remember, Southern had so many different defensive schemes that were set up where they were blitzing the quarterbacks off the edge. They were not changing up the protection on the line to make sure that they weren't getting sacked and getting knocked around all over the place. Not to mention, Southern slowed down the passing game, the running game. I mean, they just shut everything down on Jackson State, and they got ahead of them very quickly. One thing we got to remember is this. Special teams and turnovers were a key ingredient for Southern to win that game against Jackson State last year. Remember, they had matter of fact, they had a pooch kick in which Southern was able to get that ball back, put points on the board. They had an interception in which they ran that ball back to the 5-yard line, punched that in for a score. And God knows, we ain't even talking about the punt where they were able to get, they were able to block that ball and they put more points on the board. Like I said, Southern used all of those extra possessions to put points on the board to further distance themselves on the scoreboard. Now, JSU, they can't afford to do that in this game. They just cannot let that happen because guess what? Southern, if the Jackson State defense get out there and slow everything down, you already know Southern's going to have a pretty hard time trying to score the ball, put points on the board, especially if Jackson State makes them one-dimensional. We already know the defenses for both sides of these teams, they're going to definitely get after opposing teams' offenses. We already know that. But one thing Jackson State must make sure is that they gap contain and make sure they do not allow those cutback lanes to open up for Southern Jaguar running backs to just take off and run up and down the field on them all game long. They got to remain disciplined at all time out there on the field. Trust me, you're going to see a bevy of folks that are going to be running the ball for the Southern Jaguars in this game. The question everyone is looking to have answered is which defense will be consistent to stop the other opposing team's offense to get the ball back for their offense or cause turnovers so that their team is able to put points on the board. Now, whichever defense can get that done, I believe, and turning one team into a one-dimensional team, that's going to be the team that's going to win this game. Throwing the ball, that's not Southern's strong suit. So we got to make sure that, hey, we continue to cover the receivers and continue to keep covering those tight ends because they will unleash those tight ends at the drop of a hat to get them out there in space to allow them to get up and down the field and do the things that they like to do as well when it comes to passing the ball. McDaniel or dink and dunk that ball however he needs to get, to make sure that those tight ends are open. If those tight ends are open, they dink and dunk that ball. They have one of the receivers run a shallow route where he can just throw the ball to them. And, just to keep the chains moving or just to keep the ball moving down the field, making sure that the defense stays honest. Now, offensively, I believe each team's success is they got to put the best 11 men out there on the field. Not the best 11A, not the best 11AA, the best 11 men out there on the field. And honestly, looking at how Southern played last year, how Southern played against Jackson in the spring with Skelton, listen, that might be your ticket, but I truly believe Coach Rollins is not going to do it. He's going to stick with McDaniel and go that route because he wants to make sure that the team doesn't become one-dimensional. But once they do, you're going to see Skelton coming to the game, and he's going to be that guy that they're going to have running that ball up and down the field. So I'm sure Coach Thurman is going to have the defense prepared for that. And on the flip side, I don't know if Newman is going to play in this game because I already know if he does, he's going to be a nightmare matchup. You hear me say that every week. He's going to be a nightmare matchup for whoever it is that comes in this game. I know the offensive line is going to give Shedeur time to throw the ball, but this is going to be the game where we're going to find out the man. This is going to be who's the man on the line. What I mean by that is the fact that you got to get out there and punch somebody in the mouth, let them know, hey, listen, you're not going to come back here and put that wood on my quarterback, nor are you going to have pop shots on my running backs when they're running the ball through the holes. You guys got to open those holes up and let them know. Enforce your will on them. Let them know, hey, listen, we ain't playing with y'all today. We're here to get this championship, and we're going to keep it moving. Both teams have a lot on the line. JSU is playing for their 8th SWAC East Conference Championship, and Southern is playing to be spoilers because they already know that their chances of getting into the playoffs is not there anymore. So why not go out with a bang? Hey, if I can't get in, I'm going to go ahead and make it rough for you to get in too. So that way you're sitting right next to me when the season is over with, and I can laugh at you and say, ha, I kept you from getting in. But I'm telling you right now, this is definitely going to be a competitive game. This game is definitely going to be physical, but it's going to be who really wants it the most. And the bottom line is, as I stated before, Coach Prime is your coach that's going to be there for some time. I don't know how much time that is, but enjoy him while he's there. Enjoy everything that he's doing. Get out of the habit of get away from calling him a traitor or anything like that. I don't believe he's leaving. And like I said, I hope to see Jackson State do some phenomenal things, not only tomorrow, but in the near future. And also continue to keep building things up so that all the HBCUs can join into this together and build this thing up to where it should have been a long time ago. Trust me, guys, great things are on the horizon. Stick around and see them through. But until next time, and before I get into that, I am going to do a pickups this week. I know I've been saying I was going to do the pickups for the past 2 weeks and haven't gotten it to you, but it is dropping this week. Check out the videos that I just did for the CIAA championship between Bowie State and Fayetteville State. Also, check out the video that I did for the SIAC championship between Albany State and Miles College, which is both of these teams. Miles College and Bowie State both are going for three-peats. So check those videos out as well. Those are just rundown videos giving you a brief overtone of as far as what to look forward to in this game and how, how things went for them to get to where they are now. But until next time, guys, if you like the content, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get all upcoming videos. And remember, be the one and lead.